3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. Today I have Ryan and Edie from China Spring Theater, and we're going to talk a lot about one act and just get ready for some great content. Ryan and Edie, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with some general questions. So what first got you guys interested in theater and acting?
So I've been involved with theater pretty much my whole life. My mom's a director, our director
MC.
here. Yes, MC. She's been directing and teaching for like 23 years, which is older than I am. So I've just been around it my whole life. I actually started getting into it in 2nd grade. I did my first show, it was Beauty and the Beast. And then I did it in 3rd grade and then didn't do it for a long time, and then got back into it in middle school and have been doing it ever since, and it is my favorite thing ever in the world. Ever. I just love it.
Unlike Edie, I wasn't born into like an acting prodigy family.
Okay,
so,
Nepo baby.
I mean, Edie was probably in the womb when MC was directing, so I think some knowledge
You
like
you
flowed
got
through
that little
there.
baby mic that like goes on your stomach, and then she's just reading.
It's
It was
exactly.
her first stage
to you.
show was when I was born.
It was in the stars. No, there was this random so I went to Bosqueville before here, so there was this like random one-off like musical that we did, and I was like, okay, why not? Give it a try. And I did it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. And then my cousin at the time, the director at Conley, Allison Figley, she was like, oh, I help run this summer camp, you should come. Went, fell in love, and then finally about like 7th grade, when I realized I sucked at sports and I had no future in it, I was like, Mom, send me to China Spring. And I came here my 8th grade year, and I've loved acting ever since.
What's something about theater that you love the most?
I just love, I think one of the best moments as an actor, especially here, is taking our little trot out the green room and coming and seeing the people who just saw the show and just seeing the impact that we made on them, especially with one acts more than musicals, because musicals like, oh my gosh, it was so good. But this like one act is like, oh my gosh, like I felt that. And like just seeing those people and like seeing the change that we hopefully made in them from our show is the most fulfilling reward as an actor or actress. So it's my top moment.
What about you, Edie?
Like, I just really, really love the family that it creates and the connections that it creates, whether it be the storytelling or just the art itself. Like Ryan said, it connects a lot of people outside, like off the stage, but also just with fellow actors. Like, I've been blessed enough to, like this summer, we both went to a theater camp, so we were able to work with other actors, and just the art form itself has connected me with so many people from that camp, from other schools. Just the love that everyone shares for this form of art, this form of creation, it's just fantastic.
Yeah,
so
for
fulfilling.
sure. I saw you guys doing your little Pearl chant.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that really creates a family too, because we add little jokes at the end and little
for
things
sure.
that we like to tease each other about, but it's all in good fun, and it's all in love.
And Ryan, I know Edie said, she mentioned her mom was one of her big theater inspirations. Is there somebody that really inspired you?
Yeah, I mean, a lot. The director of the summer camp that I first attended, Miss Linda Haskett, just an undying love for theater, and like just seeing what passion she put into whatever she was doing also told me like that if that's not what I'm doing, I shouldn't be doing it. That's not where I belong. But also MC, just a huge switch. When she came, I remember like coming in, I was like, man, I don't know how this is going to be different. I don't know how things are going to change. But instantly when you see her love for the art that is put on the stage, and her love for bringing kids together and telling a story and educating these kids while doing it, just another huge inspiration.
Awesome. All right, let's talk a little bit about the current show this year, which is Pearl, who is written by the MC. She's written the past 3 shows?
Yes.
She
Because
has.
there was Rue, and then Where the Sky Meets the Sea.
And now Pearl.
So for our listeners who haven't yet seen the play, can you tell us a little bit about the plot?
So, Pearl is a story about generational trauma and abuse and breaking that cycle. So it focuses on the Monroe family. It takes place at the Monroe tobacco plantation. Pearl is this 19-year-old girl who comes from a hard family and is a daughter in this family of
No spoilers.
it's a hard show, but I love getting to tell this story. It's a very important one, and I feel like it's not talked about
Nearly enough.
especially how much how prevalent it is in today's world. Like, you don't see a lot about it, but such an important story to tell. And although this one takes place in 1912, it's not in our modern day. It can still be applied to today and breaking that cycle.
Right, and we're actually sitting on the set of Pearl right now. Can you guys tell me a little bit about how you got this stage set up, about some of the props and costuming?
Well, see, if we had a really great mind named MC here, she would be able to tell you. But, I mean, the house, as y'all can see, the thing's a freaking monster.
Yeah.
So, one of the things that MC has preached is, that thing's scary. It's looming, especially to the women in this show. Not so much the men folk, but, it is just this beast. It's a beast to put up, but it's also a beast
looks like it.
in itself. And so that's how we got that. We got tobacco everywhere. We're on a tobacco plantation. And
that's what that is.
that's tobacco.
Yeah, tobacco.
I was seeing those in the background, yeah.
And
work with it.
one of the things I remember about costuming in the show was really crazy. MC she literally gives you something and says, try it on, and then come see me. And so
You
I
can't
remember,
complain.
you never complain about a costume.
Right,
That's cardinal rule or cardinal sin. That's what it's called. I remember it was first rough draft of costumes, and I went in there, I was feeling this costume. I had some linen pants and my shirt and some brown suspenders. I went in there, I was like, man, I'm feeling myself. And she was like, yeah, scrap it.
No.
But she kept the shirt, but we had to add black because my character is not a good guy. I look too much neat and I look too good. Hold on.
Okay.
Not look too good. I look too a good character.
Yeah.
And
I
so that's what I remember vividly about getting what we have.
One of my favorite things about MC and her style is she loves a good color scheme. So if you take a look around, it's very neutral colors, a lot of browns, cream colors, whites, especially in the set, but then even our costumes, it's very neutral, and the colors are she's a big color gal, so it's big for her. The darker colors mean, maybe they're
symbolize
a worse person.
darkness.
Yeah, darkness. Yeah, things like that. And then lighter colors symbolize, innocence, purity, things like that.
And then even if anyone comes to contest and sees the award outfits, we have a whole color palette that we follow for that, and so it's a lot of browns and creams and whites and silvers and pearlescent type thing.
Yeah, I saw those I don't know if you call those mood boards, but those posters
yeah.
that you hung up on the board. Is that
We
what
have one,
Yeah.
We have a pearl board. It's called her Pinspiration board.
Oh, okay.
She actually started out, it was just a scrap of cardboard, and her students were like, Miss Connor, that thing is so ugly. You have to make it better.
Yeah.
So she ended up fixing it up, and so for every show she does, she makes a Pinterest board. She's also a Pinterest gal. She loves Pinterest. So she'll make a board and then have a color scheme and just inspiration pictures, and she'll put them all up on that board for every show she does. So,
dude, and I know, like, coming out of musical season, like, once you see the first thing posted on that board, it is a race to find out what the show is, what it's about.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm gonna miss that feeling.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's
the
great.
board outside the library, that's like our character. Like, or like we all made those. It was a challenge for us. So.
And we'll talk a little bit about the auditions later, but I have seen the show both times that you guys have performed it this year, and I noticed that there were some changes made. And can you tell me a little bit about what the changes were and why you decided to make them?
Yeah. Well, the one-act process is so strange and stressful and wonderful in the fact that it changes literally every single day. Like, it's not going to be the same show like when you first run it. I remember our first run that we did without, like, off book, like completely memorized. It was not good. It was, as one clinician put it, a snake fart. It was a snake fart. Our first clinic, the ending, we hadn't worked it. It was bad. It was really bad. And he was like, you know what? That was a snake fart. So that's what we've been calling not so good runs, but
even good
that's
runs.
Unique
even
saying,
good runs. Yeah, for sure. But it's just, it also depends on what the judges say, what notes we get. If a certain part can be a little stronger, we need to work to make that more powerful. There's so much that's like, that would have to be like, I'd have to like describe acting, I guess, like the whole process. Like we have a story to tell, and to tell that story in an effective way, we have to make sure that these moments are the best that they can be. So if they're not hitting the way that MC wants them to, we're gonna fix them and tweak them and change them to fit her vision and to fit what the people want.
And you got the playwright like right there.
Yes.
That is a luxury.
Feedback.
That is a luxury. Like, I mean, going back to the question, I mean, there's some days like we're like, oh yeah, we killed that scene, and we come in the next day and she's like, it's not working for me. We just have to try something different. And that's not a dig at us as actors. It is literally just this isn't working and being effective in the way we want to tell the story. So let's just try something new and play. And that's a whole lot of what we do. That's a whole lot of what we did today. I mean, it's just a lot of playing.
And
it's
I
fun.
love that you guys are able to adapt to those challenges and, you know, make changes really quickly. I think that's super awesome. What do you think is like the most important aspect to like really delivering that emotional performance and like making that impact on the audience?
You go.
Go ahead.
I'd say we have this, I mean, it's this term that I don't know if other schools use it, but like going there.
Right.
We have this like this mindset of like in rehearsal, no one is gonna judge you for what you do if you go there. So in order to get those honest, raw moments, like you let everything go out of your mind and you do this. I mean, you do it, and you do it how real people would do it. There's been many times like me and Edie have like, there's this one scene that like we have to just let go and be there, and it's scary and it's hard, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that comes with like the community aspect too, like
does.
being in a room with people who aren't gonna judge you and they just let you express yourself.
You have to have a lot of trust in the other people, with the other people, and you have to have a connection with them. That's one thing. Like, we have this 10 to 10 rehearsal. It's from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and that was a great day for team building. But we had this great moment where we were just in the moment with each other, and we trusted each other, and we trusted that nobody would like shame us, or, you know, we didn't feel embarrassed to go there. And it was one of the best moments I've ever experienced, because we just trusted each other enough, and we're in that moment, we're all in, we're 120% bought into the scene, that it just, like, it was, I mean, we're all like bawling, and it was just so good.
And one thing MC always says is like, some of the best acting and the best raw moments she's ever seen have not been in a performance. They've just been straight, uncut rehearsals. And it's just like the beauty of it all.
And you just hope that you can replicate it
You
on
hope
contest
you don't
day.
you don't try and replicate it, but
Yeah.
you feel it
Yeah.
and heal it
Heal
in
in
themselves.
themselves.
Oh, whoa, okay. Well, this obviously is an amazing program that anyone should audition into. Can you tell me a little bit about the audition process, what you guys prepare, and how it goes in the audition room?
Yeah, we talking one act or musical
One
auditions?
act, yes.
One act auditions. So, first of all, there's going to be a post on China Spring Theater on Instagram.
Keep an eye
Follow
out.
if you are not following.
On Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
There we go. And we have a
Spring
TikTok.
Theater. Yes, we do.
Oh,
Yep. So there's going to be a packet that MC like not hand makes, but like hands out, and it's just
she's creating everything, yes.
Yes.
I mean, there's a whole
woman of many
contract
hats.
that you
Oh,
have to
yeah.
sign. I mean, signed? Wow,
Signed.
Ryan. There's a whole contract you have to sign, and then she will give you sides from the women, from the men, and if there are gender neutral characters, you get the sides from them as well. And you prepare said side.
A monologue.
Oh yeah, monologue. Sorry. Oh, why was I calling them sides?
Yeah.
You prepare the monologue. You come. You also sign up on the theater board because there will be a sign-up sheet. You make, and then you turn in your packet at the front. You get in here. You do a little bit of warm-up, and then you usually straight into monologues, and then right after monologues, where everyone is everyone's biggest fan because we all want to see each other succeed. We do a little bit of a movement portion, just to see how well your body moves around the space and with the set, and then you move into sides, and then you have a talk about the cast or the company list usually.
Right.
Because for one act, she casts a company first, so like no roles are assigned. It's just like this is who is in the company, and usually crew is like included in that. So it'll, if you're going for crew, it'll say like you're in the company, but like you're crew. So you know, but it's just company, no roles or anything. And then once you're cast into the company, our first couple weeks of rehearsals are more auditions. So it's you read the script as many times as you can, and then get really familiar with the script. And she'll pick certain scenes, and she'll just switch people out, and we'll do scene after scene after scene of just different people, so she can see who works
In her
best, for that role.
And I remember there was one of those rehearsals this year. Like she was just at like a complete like, I don't know if it was a mental block, but she was like, okay, everyone just stand up there, and we didn't say anything. And she just moved us around, and like we didn't know what we were being moved around for, but it helped. And so,
So what was your first one act audition like?
Like
That's
high school
crazy.
audition or MC audition?
Oh,
Because I don't even remember.
I remember terrorism, but terrorism was like 8th grade, and I don't know if you
because
went.
you guys had one act back in middle school.
did.
We did. We did have one. act.
It wasn't normal auditions. You prepare a monologue like on your own, and every other audition that I've ever gone to that wasn't MC's was so different. So the first MC audition that I had for one act, I just fell in love. I love the way that she runs them. Honestly, audition days are some of my favorite days just because everyone is on the same level. You're not, I mean, you are competing in a way because you want to make it in the cast or in the company, but you're just all there together experiencing, like, you're all nervous. You're all feeling the same things. So my first audition, it was Rue. Loved that show. But everyone was just trying new things and putting themselves out there, because that's all that you can do in an audition is just show what you have, show what you bring to the table. So the movement portion especially, like, it just got me out of like my head. I was very relaxed and I felt good about just where I was, and I didn't even really care what the results were because I had so much fun in the moment that like it really didn't matter.
Right. And as actors, I know you guys are always in front of an audience, you know, whether it's like a crowd of people at the show or even just like at those auditions. Do you guys deal with nerves or performance anxiety, and how do you guys work with that and overcome it?
You know, I'll actually let Edie take this one first because she's got a really good one.
Yeah.
Really good answer for this one.
So, I used to not have performance anxiety, like at all. I didn't get stage fright. It was just kind of like, yeah, this is a thing that I do. I experienced that during Rue, and then last year, I don't know what it was, but something clicked in me. It literally physically in me, in my throat. So my nerves now are presented through like nauseousness, but like not like physical nauseousness. So I just like gag a lot, which is weird to say, but it's really hard to deal with. Like it's one of my biggest struggles as a performer now, just getting out of my head. But I think something that helps it the most is just getting out of my head and being in the moment with my fellow castmates and company members. Just focusing on the story being told. That's what helps get me out of that mindset. Because if I'm focused on like, oh my goodness, I'm performing right now, I'm so nervous, I'm gonna be like on stage, and then I can't say my lines. But I think just focusing, like taking myself out of it, like taking deep breaths, just thinking, I'm in a rehearsal, that's all this is. I just need to perform the best I can, like in the moment. It's hard to get out of, but I'm finding ways for sure.
Right. And is there like anything else that you guys have dealt with on stage that are maybe discouraging?
Oh, millions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, with Edie about the nerves, like, I always tell people, they're always like, you ever get nervous doing this? You ever get a line? I'm like, no. I mean, I don't get nerves a lot, but like, it's this feeling that like, I always get it, like my cue line goes and then like my stomach's like, but then like, I don't have time to react to it because I'm just I'm out and I'm out there and I'm performing, and it's like not even in my brain anymore. And then like, once I get through my first scene, I'm like, I'm cruise control. I'm like, I'm chilling. But can you repeat the question? I know that about the discouragement thing.
Just anything that, there was like any points that you felt discouraged and what it was that made you keep going.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many on stage and off. I mean, thankfully, MC has built up this environment to be an escape from reality and a safe space to, we have a phrase, leave your day at the door, to leave our day at the door. So some things can't discourage us, or I mean, some things we don't want to discourage us on stage, but they still do, like outside life. But also, just running a scene, and me and Edie had this scene like a couple weeks ago, and anyhow we ran it, it was just not going how we wanted it to, and that can be one of the most discouraging things ever, because you and your scene partner are working so hard and y'all want the outcome. It's just y'all do it and then you get told, I don't like that, try something else. It's really, I don't know, it's
disappointing, disheartening, discouraging.
And there's a frustration that comes along with it, but when you learn to harness the frustration into drive to make the scene better, that is when you know that you're in that team before self mindset, which is something that we like to preach around here.
And we had a moment like that yesterday. There's this one scene and there's one line that I need to get like certain level of nasty, and she has this exercise, MC has this exercise where if you don't feel like you're getting what you need from the other person, you just say what, and they have to give it to you again. And I told Ryan, I was like, I need you to tell me what if you don't feel like I'm getting this across to you. And he did it like 2, 3, 4 times. I was getting frustrated, but I couldn't let that like bog me down. I just had to like use it because I had to be frustrated. So like that was making me more frustrated, definitely. But like even in this is kind of a separate thought, but like in contest, like having a mess up, like there have been several times, like during Rue, there was one contest and one actor had like a line mess up or something, and he just let it get him down the whole rest of the show. But you can't let that happen. Like, if a mistake gets made, whatever, the show's not going to be perfect, but that's okay. No show is ever going to be perfect. So you just have to say, okay, yeah, I messed up, and move on and make the rest of the show better.
Yeah, like these past 2 years that we've been so fortunate to go to state, we've had two, like, both shows we had mess ups at the state level, but the resilience in the company didn't let it affect them, and we just kept trucking. So that's what you have to do in rehearsal too. I mean,
For sure.
MC's gonna throw everything at you, and like one thing she tells us, she's gonna push us, and she knows it's hard and knows it's frustrating. She's done it so many times, but you can't let that get to you.
That's when
So
the good work happens. is
when you're frustrated and you put that drive. And I knew Edie was getting frustrated yesterday. I mean, like, you can see it in each other, but it's that knowing that you want the best for each other that will drive you to just use that frustration.
And I think, like, at the end of the day, like, the most important thing that you guys want is just, like, be able to deliver that to the audience and, like, deliver that moment. And just, like, anything that you can do to, like, make it happen. And, like, even you said, just, like, letting that carry you, like, through the performance anxiety and, like, through those nerves. And I think it's really cool. So what's, like, some of the best advice that you've ever gotten?
That's
in
crazy.
acting,
That's crazy.
or like in just the world of
Just, like, anything that's, like, helped you, like, get through, like, a hard moment in, like, your shows or anything in the theater aspect.
Man, I wish I had like a book, because I
I
don't.
know.
I wish I had like a book, because
Yeah,
MC
this
has
is my
told
book
me.
of advice. And just, yeah.
She's big on quotes.
Right.
She
Huge.
loves quotes, and she's such a big motivator. One of my favorite quotes, just personally, and that helps me like deal with a lot of stuff in theater, is just control the controllables.
Oh yeah.
You can only control you in a performance, in life. Little life lesson. But but yeah, just control the controllables. And this helps in contests too. Like, you can only control your show, your performance. You can just give all that you can out to the judges, to the audience, and the judges can do whatever they want with what they're given. Like, but there's so many other factors that go into that, like other schools, how they did, if they have a stellar show, if they have a not so good show. Like, there are outside factors that you just can't control. So there's no point in getting worried about those and letting them consume you, because there's no way that you're going to change them. So there's no reason to like let them consume your every thought, you know?
Yeah.
One that MC throws, I mean, it's kind of like an inside joke at this point. All actions are actions. Acting is actions. All actions are verbs. That's a little funny one, but one that like she's instilled since like sophomore year that has like been ingrained in my mind. It's the bio on the Instagram. It's in the dressing room. It's hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Right.
And that has proven true so many experiences, especially under MC. Like, we strive to, any downtime in a rehearsal, you should be working. You should be trying to better the show. And like, we've seen at contests, or we've seen like just among experiences that it's true. When we are at our best working our butts off, the talent who think they can just sit back,
Right.
we beat them. But I mean, that's what it is.
And I mean, you guys are here like what, every day after school
Holy
until
smokes.
6?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you got like weekend rehearsals. And I think like that, all that stuff like really shows in your work. Like, even for me, like watching that first performance and then versus watching the second performance, it was just like you could really tell like you guys put a lot of work into it.
Thank
And it
you.
was
Very
just-
glad.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's a good.
That's
good
like
to
a-
hear.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was great. It
Those
was
3 weeks
great.
of rehearsals did work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there's some days you go and you're like, and we didn't make any progress today.
No,
MC
it
has
for sure paid off. Like, it
MC
was-
has this little graphic that she likes to show. It's like this like water, and it's like, this is
Progress
progress.
isn't linear.
Progress.
Yeah.
And then it's like, this is progress. And like, we have like a group me, and we always talk about it, but like, to hear that from you, but also like, I don't want to say our fans, the community,
Our fans.
when they're always like, oh my gosh, I noticed every little detail y'all change. It's like,
We're very
we're
rewarding.
like, you get it.
Yeah, just
You
like
get it.
bringing that, like I keep saying this, but like that emotional impact for the audience is just like such a wonderful thing. Do you have any, like, I know you guys are seniors this year. Do you have any advice for any of the younger people who are like maybe interested in going into theater, or some people that are just like, you know, picking up your footsteps, following behind?
Oh wait, you have to put the footsteps line in there. Just do it, man.
I was just about to say,
do
just do it.
Nike, not
Yeah,
sponsored by
not-
Nike.
Not sponsored. We're sponsored by
Sponsored by
HelloFresh.
Hello
And
right?
Fresh.
HelloFresh and
And
BetterHelp,
And
which
BetterHelp.
are totally like legit. You know, they just
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
love me.
They're legit. Okay, I'm gonna say this. This is a little bit more towards the guy side because we're a little girl heavy right now.
Yeah.
Don't let other people talk you out of what you want to do. If you truly feel, I mean, this is for anybody. I mean, if you truly feel that this is what you want to do, you want to come act, don't let some kid who you want to fit in with bully you into not. I mean, we've all dealt with it. We're theater kids. We have the stereotype that we're weird, that we're everything, and like we've been trying to eliminate that. And I think
That's
we've done
debunked
hard.
right
Yeah.
here at this table.
Let's go.
Yes.
No weirdos here.
And so like, it makes me so mad when people are like, oh, I want to do theater, but my friends. Who cares about what your friends think? It's your life. You have a choice. You can make this choice. And we've had that. We've had people come in from athletics or different extracurriculars in the fine arts, and they've been like, I was so scared because of how I would be received. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As long as you're happy and you come, no matter if you make the cast or company or not, MC will always be your biggest fan at that
Yes.
door right there, even if you're just in her class. So just take the risk. Do it.
Take the risk.
That's one thing that we say a
we
lot
talk
in
a
here.
lot about risk taking, and that's a big risk for some, smaller risk for others. Take the risk. He said something about like we have people come in from athletics. Like there are all kinds of different people that come in here. Theater unites people through storytelling, through just being in a good community, and it isn't for everyone. I'm not saying every single person is meant for this and you have to do it because it's meant for you. Like, no, like everyone has their thing, but give it a try. If you feel like you might be good at it, you might fall in love with it. Like, I didn't think that this was something that, like, for a long time, like all of intermediate school, this was not even on my radar, like at all. And then I was like, well, I guess I'll get back into it because it's available to me. And now this is what I'm going to college for.
Yeah.
Like, literally what I'm going to college for. And if it doesn't work out for you, that is okay. You can still be you can still be the department's biggest cheerleader. You can still be some production's biggest cheerleader from the audience. Like, just give it a try. If it's for you, fantastic. If it's not, that's okay, but don't look down on it just because it isn't for you.
Yeah, I'll never forget in Bosqueville, I was like sitting in my like 7th grade chair and I was like, well, sports aren't working out. And like I hated school, so I was like, I'm not going to college. Now I'm going to going
Go Frog.
Go
Frogs.
Go Frogs, baby. Now I'm going for theater. It's insane how much this thing has changed my life. And like some people, like I met older people who are like, oh, I wish I did it. Or like I did it, but I stopped because of sports. Not saying sports are bad. I'm not. Yeah. I'm just saying sometimes people need that little extra push to get into theater because it's so frowned upon, I feel like.
And I think like at the end of the day, you know, just like being able to like be in something that you love and like having that sense of fulfillment, like that's so much more than like what you can get from like other people's approval.
Yeah,
you know,
just nothing else has like fulfilled me the way like theater has. And I'm involved in other things like band and pals, and like yes, like being able to give a service to other people, like you do in pals, and getting to build the the kind of family that you have in band. Like, it's not anything like theater. The family that's built in theater, the connections that are built in theater, the storytelling, the service that you get to, the service of telling stories that theater does. It's just unlike anything else.
Nothing compares to like that after show hug with like
Oh, yeah.
all of, like you hug everybody, and it's just like it's a family. It's one of the best.
It's the
Pretty good family. It's a pretty good family. Let me just put it like that.
Well, you guys heard it here. If you're apprehensive about joining theater, or I hope that you've listened to this podcast and, you know, it's encouraged you, you know, don't be afraid to go out and like try, you know, just give it a shot. And, you know, Ryan and Edie can say that this is something that's really changed their lives. So thank you guys. That's all the questions I have for you today. But thank you so much.
Thank you, Sabrina.
This is
Interview
awesome.
with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
High
always
five.
high fives all around.
Nice.
We always love getting to talk
Yeah.
about what
I
we
could
do.
yap about it for a long
Oh
time.
yeah. We could have gone.
Yeah. A lot. How long do we have?
We could. No, it's
Yeah.
just like,
No, let's just stay tonight.